How do I handle an emergency? This is a description of a standard procedure to be adapted to the aircraft you are actually flying.
The most penalizing in the procedure is freezing due to surprise, not knowing the correct procedure, using the wrong procedure, not using your head and knowledge, being too fast, not gathering enough information to take the correct decision. To avoid those, there is only one way. Stick to the procedure.
Step-by-step analysis. Step 1. State loud the failure. Step 2. Apply memory items. Step 3. Apply the adequate emergency checklist. Step 4. Apply any normal checklist standing by. Step 5. Think about a restart, reset. Step 6. Check documentation. Step 7. Gather informations inside and outside. Step 8. Use decision-making tool.
State loud the failure. This will immediately set the mind of the cockpit crew at the same alertness level and focus to the same target and procedure.
Apply memory items. Memory items is a list of actions that have to be performed immediately to ensure the safety of the flight. You find those as boxed items in the emergency checklist.
Apply the adequate emergency checklist. Only when aircraft has reached a safe altitude above MSA. You don't do anything before reaching a safe height except memory items.
Be sure to choose the only appropriate checklist adequate for the failure.
Apply the checklist carefully and slowly enough to ensure everything is done and understood.
Step 4. Apply any normal checklist standing by. Any normal checklist put on the side due to the emergency must now be done. For example, the after takeoff checklist must be done after an engine failure at takeoff. This is to be done after the correct emergency checklist is completed and the aircraft is secured.
Step 5. Think about a restart, reset. Now that the aircraft is secured, is there a way to recover what we have just lost? A break or reset may be done, if no sign of overheat or smoke is present, to recover the system, but only once, and, if not stated otherwise in the emergency checklist, the POH, or elsewhere in the official documentation.
Step number 6. Documentation.
You have to check the implications of the event. Minimum equipment list. Can I depart? Am I able to come back from my destination if I continue? Do I have limitations due to the failure? Check the Pilot Operating Handbook or Flight Operations Manual for system description and details. And any other help to reinstate the system or to assess the implications of the loss.
Step number 7. Gather information from inside and outside. Inside. Communicate with your cabin crew. Collect any valuable information. Any medical emergency? Any damage unknown by you? And any other information you can collect. Use your cockpit crew, first officer, flight engineer if any, and see if they have another view of the situation, other ideas, details you might have missed, and so on.
Outside. Aircraft state from tail to nose. Elevator control. Stabilizer. Rudder. APU. Communications. Landing gear. Brakes. Flaps. Roll control. Passengers exits. Nose wheel steering. Weather radar. Pilot's windows view. Any other information you can collect.
Search for the suitable alternates around, and make an assessment for each of them. Is weather suitable? Do we have the minimas? Do we have sufficient fuel to reach the alternate? What reserve do we keep if flying to that one? Is there any NOTAM affecting our flight to that alternate? Are the performances suitable for landing with a failure? Any obstacle en route that would be too high for us? Are the local emergency services sufficient for our airplane category? Is the service to the passengers sufficient? Is there a technical workshop able to handle our aircraft? And anything else useful for the situation?
Use the ATC as they might have valuable informations. Contact your company for commercial point of view if you have the ability to satisfy it. Contact your technical department for technical help or clue. And anything else that might be useful.
Step number 8. Use decision-making tool. DORDAR. D for diagnose, what is the problem? O for options, review the different options to continue, go back, or divert to an alternate. R for risks, what are the risks, benefits, of each option? D for decision, decide your course of action. A for allocate, spread the job between you and your flymate and start implementing. R for reassess, keep collecting informations and, if any change, reassess your decision and confirm or modify your course of action.
Another tool used, for example, at Brussels Airlines, FORDIC. F for facts. O for options. R for risks. D for decision. I for implementation. C for check. With the same philosophy.
Long story made short. Announce the failure and cancel the bill. Apply memory items. At or above MSA, apply emergency checklist. Apply any normal checklist on standby. Reset or restart if possible or wanted. Check documentation for informations if time available. Collect informations inside and outside. Use the decision tool intelligently. Reassess the situation and loop in the decision process.
This is ending the presentation on emergency handling. Thank you for watching.